y'all? I'm Mark C.
And I'm Mark K.
And this is the Mark Sucks Show.
Hey, how everybody doing out there? You see we a little bit switched up. We got the elegance in the background this time, but as you can see, you will see that things are going to be evolving with the visuals on the stream.
So yeah, I'm feeling good. We got a new little studio spot, our own little space to do our work, and we about to make some magic happen in here. No homo.
Yeah, go ahead and pause all of that. ain't none of that happening in here. So,
all right. So,
yeah.
Haven't you heard? Amazon is entering into the gaming market. Now, I know that, you guys love to hate Google Stadia, even though I love to love it because it just works for me. But I realize that it might not work for everybody. It might not have all the games, that you guys want to play. So Amazon said, we're going to jump into streaming. And they brought out a product called Amazon Luna. Now, Amazon Luna is direct competition to xCloud and Google Stadia, with the exception of one thing. Amazon Luna games are Windows based.
So they PC games?
Essentially, yeah. So when it comes to porting games over to Google Stadia, the biggest problem is they're not easy to port over, which is a big reason why they don't have a lot of the higher rated titles, which is why they have so little games at launch, and why they have a bunch of problems with getting new games. So, what do you think, basically, what are their chances of overtaking Stadia? What do you think about that?
Well, honestly, I don't know too much about Luna, so I'm just here to listen. I apologize, guys, but I'm just here to listen to you and learn a little bit more about Luna. But I do know about Stadia, and that joint is hot garbage. So, that's just how I feel. Project xCloud is already knocking that joint way out the water.
How?
So
whoa! We're not gonna let him do that today. Project xCloud.
I'm not having the same conversation with you.
No, it's not. It's new information. Project xCloud actually turned into Game Pass, right? Which means it's coming out of beta. So with them coming out of beta, it should just work, right? It doesn't just work. It's way more choppy, way more issues. It only streams in 720p, so we can't even compare that to Stadia, because Stadia actually improved. Project xCloud is still the same crap that you got before. Now speak on
it. You say that, but it's not. I see people playing at work, just pull their joint up, pop, pop, pop. See people playing on their phone, just pull their joint up, blah, blah, blah. They pull out their little controller, attach it to their phone, they doing their thing. Like, Stadia still has a lot of the same issues as far as I know. You know what I mean? So, as far as the stable connection and all that, they still have those same issues, and
I got your back, Steve.
And then not only that, but their game titles aren't the same.
Now there lies the problem. The fact that they can't port over the games as quickly as a Windows based game makes Amazon look more appealing. However, let's talk about pricing.
Well, honestly, tell me, is Amazon is that their appeal? Is that they're going to be covering computer games?
So the appeal is this: Amazon is going to be covering computer games, and at launch they're going to have over 100 titles.
Okay, but what computer games are so what are we talking about? What computer games are we talking about? Are you saying I can play World of Warcraft on my phone now or something? What are we talking about?
No. they have certain games, certain AAA titles. Like they're coming out with all the Ubisoft games. So it's looking like Assassin's Creed. What else do they have? That new Phoenix game that was supposed to be Gods and Monsters. That Monster Energy made them change the name.
Okay.
That's coming out for their Ubisoft is actually going to have their own channel on Luna. So essentially, what people want is Netflix for games, right?
Sure.
So you pay one price, right, for Luna. The base Luna is $5.99 if you get the early access, but they don't say what the price is going to be after the early access is over. Early access hasn't even started yet, but it's $5.99 for now. You get over 100 titles, and you get to try them all. You don't have to buy the games like on Google Stadia, where you pay the monthly fee and buy the games. This, you pay the monthly fee and you get access to all the games.
Yo, this ain't nothing new, dog. Now that you explain it to me, this ain't nothing new. I don't know why I didn't think about this before. But I was a young boy, and my dad hooked me up when I went to stay with him over the summer, so I had something to do because he lived in Ohio and I'm from Philly, so I had to go. You know, I needed something to do, not knowing anybody. So anyway, my dad. I don't know if anybody remember this, but Sega used to have a service like through cable. Like they used to have like a service where you could play their games through cable and shit. And like my dad had that.
Really?
Like, and that's essentially what Luna is. I'm gonna look it up right now.
So wait a minute. But here's the catch. Certain like Ubisoft, to play Ubisoft games, you have to buy into their channel. So different developers are going to have different channels that you have to buy extra, in addition to the base Luna that you already have. So it's like saying, okay, I buy cable, right, and I want another, I want Cinemax and HBO. I got to pay the extra $12.99 a month to get those channels. So that's how they're operating. So they're like on the Fire Stick. When you want to buy HBO, you have to pay $15.99. So how do you feel about that?
Nah. It is what it is as far as I'm concerned. But here we go. Sega Channel. That's what it was called. Sega Channel was a game service through your cable, and like you could play a whole bunch of Sega games just through the monthly service on Sega. Like, one of the main reasons why I remember that is because the game Comic Wars or whatever, with the dude that was inside the comics and he turned into a superhero and he was like fight. Anyway,
never heard of it.
Like, yeah, they had a whole channel. Like, so none of this is new, man. This is just Sega.
Nobody's saying it's new.
I'm just saying Sega. Like, it just made like.
Was it in the cloud? Was the Sega channel in the cloud?
No, it was. There was no such thing as a cloud in '94, bro.
That's what I'm. All right. So yeah, the difference is you don't need anything but your internet. Now let's talk about platforms, because now Stadia works on Android, any Android-based platform, on computer, and on the Chromecast.
Uh-huh.
So you can use any of those platforms. And iOS support is actually on its way. They just started making deals with Apple so that they can get iOS. But Amazon has no Android support whatsoever. But it has Apple straight out the box. It has Apple and Fire, all the Fire products. It works on there. So if you got a Fire Stick, you can play your games. If you have a PC, you can play your games. And you don't need a high-end PC. All you need is an internet browser.
Is there a controller that works with Fire TV?
Yeah.
Okay, well then you good.
You can hook any Android controller up to it.
Well,
any Bluetooth-based controller.
Well then you good to go then. Like, hey, like It sound like Google dead in the water, dog.
I don't know about that. It remains to be seen because we don't know how this thing is actually going to work. Whether it's going to be skippy, blippy, and Google is pushing 4K with a lot of games, and this is saying, listen, we're only doing 1080p right now. So I don't know if that's something that bothers you guys, but
All right, look.
it's in the eye of the beholder, I guess.
Yeah, but look, I'm gonna just give you the description of the Sega Channel, and here's the description. Sega Channel was an online game service developed by Sega for the Genesis video game console, serving as a content delivery system. Launched in December of 1994, Sega Channel was provided to the public by TCI and Time Warner Cable through cable television services by way of coaxial cable. It was a pay-to-play service, though through which customers could access Genesis games online, play game demos, and get cheat codes. Lasting until July 31, 1998, Sega Channel operated 3 years after the release of Sega's next generation console, the Sega Saturn. Though criticized for its poorly timed launch and high subscription fee, Sega Channel has been praised for its innovation in downloadable content and impact on online gaming services. Like, this was 94, this was Game Pass, all that stuff, way before they even existed.
Okay, I can see that you're saying that Sega did it first, but, well, we're dealing with new things now. Shout out to them for being pioneers, because probably without them, they probably paved the way for what we have now.
Without them, honestly, see, here we go on a tangent, because without Sega, would we be playing games online, period? Because that started with Saturn and Dreamcast.
Yeah. Shout out to Sega. Y'all held it down for a long time. And it's unfortunate what happened to you in the industry, but
I know, Doug, Sega, everything that is a staple that we do today, Sega did it first, and yet somehow Sega is the one that's not still around. That's nuts.
I'm gonna tell you what happened, right? This is what made it a big problem for Sega. Sega made their games without any DRM. Which you might say, hey, that's a great thing. But for them, it was terrible because people copied their games on the CD-ROMs.
They had no protection at all.
You could just pop a CD-ROM in your Dreamcast and play the full game.
Yeah, pretty much. The hustlers on the block used to come to the house and they was like, yo, I got you, I could give you this game for $15.50 in the store. They gave you. They had mad deals. I remember that. That was part of the reason why I love my Dreamcast.
But that was a time where people didn't regularly have CD burners.
Yeah. So if you was the hustler in the hood and you had the Dreamcast games, you was lit. You was making money.
Man, I'll tell you what. It's just now, everything being in the cloud, Sega is sad what happened to them. They might have started it, but now these big players stepped all over them, and now they're nothing but game makers, and they're barely doing that. They're struggling to hold on.
It's unfortunate.
So, to get back to the subject, I see their price model with Luna being kind of problematic, and the reason why I say that is it's going to cost a lot of money. These developers are greedy.
Well, duh. Have you they took a way for phones to make money, for video game developers, for phone apps to make money, and applied it to every video game, even though you're paying $60 for it. Now
loot boxes, or as EA would call it, surprise mechanics.
Yeah, and this was once upon a time that was for the phone games because that was the only way they was making money. So you kind of accepted it as it is what it is. But they took that model and said, "Yo, who cares if you pay $60 for it? Here, we're going to keep doing this." Like, I remember when DLC was like, "Yo, you pay $10 or whatever for all the DLC this game was going to come out with in the future."
Those days are finished.
Now Mortal Kombat is trying to sell you $60 every time they bring out a new character. Like, get out of my face, man.
I mean, the state of gaming right now is terrible, but I don't see it changing with Luna. Think about it. Each developer has their own channel. If that happens, in order to play the games that you actually want to play,
you're gonna have to have like 60 channels and shit.
Yeah, and each channel, let's say each channel, you play plus. They're trying to say that Ubisoft's channel is going to be like Play Plus. I actually own Uplay Plus, and it costs $15.99 a month.
Right. You mean EA Plus? You say
no, Uplay.
Oh, cause but that's a perfect example. Uplay Plus. There's EA Play, and then there's Game Pass. Like now, EA Play is joining up with Game Pass. But before, like, if you wanted all that, you had to have three. You had to have both subscriptions. And if you wanted Uplay Plus or whatever, now you got 3 subscriptions. It's the same problem that's going on currently with the video subscription, like Netflix and stuff like that. Like, because once upon a time it was like, okay, you go to Netflix, yes, this is cheaper than cable. But now everybody and their mom wants to get in on what instead of making money with Netflix, they're trying to cut Netflix out. So now it's costing you just as much to own, like to cut. It's costing you just as much to be a cable cord cutter as it is to have cable.
You want to hear something shameful? I own every single streaming service.
Yeah, you nuts, bro.
Every last one of them.
You lost.
I just wanted to try them, and then it became an addiction.
Yeah,
I got Peacock. I got HBO Max. I got, just name one. I got Amazon Prime. I got Netflix. I got QB.
Nah, I got QB because of T-Mobile. That joint free.
I mean, I have them all. It's really ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm going to just keep it funky with y'all. I got Jailbroke, and that's it. I'm not going to let anybody else know more than that. But that's what I got. I got Jailbroke and Netflix. Holla at me.
But that's the thing, though. Even with my addiction, I still got Jailbroke, too. So, even though I can watch the stuff for free, I still pay for it. And I have cable.
Duh.
What's wrong with me?
Nothing, man. Like, that nothing. You exactly the person that they market to. The sucker.
No, you know what, though? Sometimes when you deal with, like, Fire Sticks and Jailbroke and stuff, you don't get good links. It don't work all the time the way you want it to. Sometimes it buffers. It gives you problems. I don't want no problems.
Now listen, I ain't gonna say what I used for Jailbroke, but I'ma just let you know, problems or no problems, I'd rather that than be paying $300 a month just to watch, just so I can have Netflix, Disney Plus, Hulu, Peacock, HBO Max, QB, Slingshot, NFL Sunday Ticket. I could keep going. Listen to all the subscriptions I'm railing off. Like, you want to be a cable cutter.
I got NFL Sunday Ticket.
You want to be a cable cutter, it's a wrap. ESPN Plus. Like, dog. Like, that's...
I got Hulu, too. I forgot about that.
Like, dog. See what I'm saying? Like, this...
I got problems, man. I can't do without my subscription services.
Yo, like, this is nuts, bro. Like, honestly, it's less convenient now to be a cable cutter than it was in the past, and that's mostly because you guys are too greedy. Like, everybody wants their own service.
I think that these studios, because of cable cutters, because of the jailbreak people, they like, man, we're losing a lot of money.
How so?
They're not getting ratings anymore. People are still in their cable. People are still in their movies. People aren't going to the movies because you could watch the movie in your home.
But guess what? You created this situation. This situation would not exist if you did not if you didn't hike the prices up. Like, Doug, you can't, like, in the hood, you can't just be like, yo, the price on a brick is going to go up. Because guess what? Somebody's going to come in and undercut you.
Yep.
And now you're not making money, and now you got to go put a hit out on somebody, and now you possibly going to jail or you're going to die because you're in a gang war. But anyway.
So this is what's happening to video games. And Amazon is the pioneer when it comes to this. Oh, you pay for this company's channel, and this is the payoff. Mm-hmm. You get all the free DLC. If you pay for the channel, you get the ultimate edition of each game. So any DLC that comes out, it comes free with your subscription price. Is it a better value now?
What? Say that one more time.
So let's say I want Assassin's Creed, and I buy the Uplay channel on Luna. Mm-hmm. I get all the DLC. I don't have to buy any additional stuff for it
today
at all.
No, I'm saying today.
Yeah.
That's not going to last.
What do you mean that's not going to last?
Once upon a time, I bought a game and I just explained it. DLC, once upon a time, was one set price. Okay. And then
let me put it like this. I had Uplay Plus since it came out. I have yet to pay for DLC. Every game I get is Ultimate Edition. And I get all of the DLC, all the little weapons, and I even get money to spend in their little currency store that you would normally spend regular money for.
I mean, that's cute. Until that's cute and all until they start bringing out games that don't have all that DLC to make it worth it, or like then you just paying for shit that don't got nothing. Like how many times did you buy a season pass to a game and then that joint came out with one DLC?
I see where you're going, and you know what? I think about games like Tomb Raider. It has DLC, but you can still experience the story and not get DLC, and it's perfectly fine. It's nothing much to the DLC except additional outfits, and maybe a weapon that you can't normally get or a weapon skin. So it's not worth it, really.
I don't know what you're gonna call this video because it went on several tangents.
We just gonna call it. We ain't recording in a while. We just talking. Yeah. But I'm trying to refer it all back to Amazon Luna because I think that they're gonna ruin the market with this stuff.
But that's what I'm saying. That's where my comparison is coming from. It like the market is going to be ruined, and instead of working with somebody, you're working to take them out. Like, Doug, it's better to try to make money with someone and just be fair than to try to remove them.
Now, can you explain that? What you mean by that?
Like, for instance, the Netflix model and shit like that. Like, Netflix was here and all that. Disney Plus, Disney Plus had a spark when it started, but now
it's just garbage.
You know what I'm saying? Like
shout out to Jay-Z.
So, like, what's really going on? Like, people is like, yo, where's the WandaVision at? Where's this? Like, all the stuff you promising is still not here.
Well, see, what stopped this from being a good value is COVID-19. That's absolutely.
You say that, but what I see from WandaVision, it's already done.
They halted production on all their shows, all of them.
You halted it for 2 months. It doesn't change. You halted it for 2 to 3 months. It doesn't change the fact that you still had it slated out years away, till 2021 and all that other stuff. Like, so I don't understand. And not only that, but like, you not like everybody was on it at first. Like, oh, that's cool. They got this show, that show, and everything. And now they're like, okay.
They should have launched with some of them shows.
Like, it's just
honestly,
it's just a little bit better to work with somebody Because if you're working with Netflix, Netflix still has to pay you for your stuff, and they have to pay you for your stuff always. Whereas people going to start looking at their subscriptions and being like, something gotta go.
And I will say this: Disney is so new to the market. Netflix is coming out with hits after hits after hits.
And even if they not hits, they just gonna keep coming. Like, yo, who knew they had so many movies and TV shows in the tuck? Like,
Disney didn't even phase them at all.
Like, dog.
They're like, oh, we lost your content. That's cool. We gonna come out with our own content.
Yeah, like, dog. They anime game went through the roof now. Like, they on point now. Like, what are you going to do? And that's another point. Like, Netflix and Crunchyroll. Like, work together. Like, yo, figure it out to make it, like, all right, cool. If you pay an extra $4 or an extra $5, Crunchyroll's included in your Netflix.
So,
like, why do I have to have that's another subscription I need?
You're just assuming.
All this, I gotta have a Verve subscription. I gotta have a Funimation subscription. Like, Doug, you literally, like, your cable bill, if you have everything, is probably roughly like once you get past the 6 months, it's probably around like $300 a month, something like that.
And I think that's a bit accurate.
Yeah. So now, with all the subscriptions that you have to have, you're still at about $300 a month. Just because the one subscription is $12 and this subscription over here is $10.
It adds up.
It all adds up when you have 40 different subscriptions. Trust me, my Truebill shows me. Shout out to Truebill. You should get it. It helps you build a budget. And
no, they're not paying us for this advertisement.
They should though, because I'll tell you about it.
Listen, I know I got an addiction. I know I got a problem. And just like you said, it's something in me that says I need to buy that. Like, if my wife knew exactly how many subscription services I have, I think I'd be sleeping on the couch for a while.
Dog, you should download Truebill, and
I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
If you it'll show you, and then you'll be like, "Yo, this is crazy." But the beauty of it is that it'll show you the subscriptions, and a lot of them you can cancel directly from Truebill. So you don't even have to go anywhere. You just be like, "Yo, I want to cancel the subscription." So even if you have a subscription that you forgot you had and you haven't used it in forever, cancel it right from Truebill. Be done with it.
So I tried to cancel Disney, and me and my wife fought like animals over it. I'm like, it's garbage. It don't work. You got kids. You can't do that. They love Disney. My kids don't even watch it.
I know you.
Like, what? But hey, man.
Yeah, I'm about to cancel my son's Xbox Live, John, because he don't play with his friends. He play all his games by himself, and he don't really bang with Game Pass like that. So it's like, why am I paying money for it?
I am.
Hey, every kid is their own person.
You're right, because my son loves Game Pass, and he downloads games every single day. Not as much as he loves PlayStation for some reason, but whatever. Yeah. So, let me know. Do y'all think that Amazon is going to take over, or are they going to flop? Do you think that their pricing model is a fair model, or do you think that it's not good? They do offer a Netflix for gaming type of situation, but is it good for the industry? Is it good for consumers? That is the question. And with these new consoles coming out, do we even need something like Amazon Luna? Let us know.
Hey man, let us know in the comments or whatever. Sorry for this being so long. We'll figure it out. Maybe we chop it up into like 3 different videos. Who knows?
Anyway, I'm Mark C.
I'm Mark K.
Good night.
Good night.